what has been the biggest thrill and the biggest success? And what are the guiding principles to your philanthropy?
The top three principles for me that I learned from Peter Drucker, all three of which are kind of counterintuitive, are first of all to build on the islands of health and strength. I think a lot of people in philanthropy want to go find the most helpless case in the world that isn't at all receptive to what you want to do, and develop a codependent embrace of some sort with it that makes certain that I'm the rescuer and you're the victim, and you'll stay a victim and I'll stay a benevolent rescuer. I don't do that. The second thing that Peter told me to do is he said, you're not going to live that long a life anyway, and you can spend the rest of your life dealing with people who are receptive to what you want to do. So usually what I'm trying to do in philanthropy is find out what somebody else wants to do and basically ask the question, what can I do to be useful to you? Now you'd think that'd be a very frightening question to ask, particularly for someone who's written a book confessing the worst of all sins, that he's got millions of dollars. And I think I've yet to have anybody say, well, you've got millions of dollars and I need millions of dollars. Why don't you just transfer your wealth to me? People are very puzzled by that question. It makes a difference to them simply that you care. You should be bold enough to ask whoever it is you're hoping to serve what their values are and how you could serve their values. And the third principle for me is to not work on little incremental things, just a little bit of this. When people come to you for money, I think from my side of the table, and people often do, I think there are two questions that the giver asks. One question is, what's the least amount of money I can give this person and get him or her out of my office and wake up in the morning with a clear conscience? And I think the other question is, if it's really within the realm of something I'm excited about, what would it take to make this happen? And the answers to those two questions are vastly different, and the approach of those two questions are vastly different. And if I find myself asking the first one, I'll basically provide a nice no and not do it, because it's not what I'm called to do. It's not within my, it's not what God told me to do. And when I find myself asking the second question, I'm looking for partners. Someone just asked me for a sum of money, and I said, I think you need 5 times that amount to do the idea you're talking about doing, and I got on his fundraising team.